Yeah, on Insta. Say hi to the people. They want to see you, DJ Paolo. I'm just here ranting and raving about you. What's that? What's that? What's that? Let me go on, guys. Let us do this. Greetings to you. If you've just joined us, you've made it right in time for, of course, that time where we are about to share who our special guest in studio is. Now, as mentioned before, he was a surprise, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna plug you because we got you like that. He is none other than the vivacious hit maker of Zachilendo. He goes by the name of Yemen Longman. Speak to us, Longman. How is your Thursday going thus far? How's your Thursday morning, actually, so to say?
My Thursday is awesome.
Of
I
course.
wake up always with positive energy.
Of course, you did.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah,
Norman is one of the most enthusiastic, optimistic people that I know. He lives and breathes positive vibes. Trust and believe that if you need that uplifting spirit around you, Longman is the ultimate person to have around you. But of course, for those of us who might not know or who haven't had the pleasure of knowing who Longman is, please do tell us who Yemen Longman really is. Longman,
yeah.
we are waiting on you patiently.
Yeah,
For those
so
of us who haven't had the pleasure of getting to know you or meeting you, who is Yemen Longman really?
okay, so it's actually Iman, the Y is silent.
It's Imen.
It's Iman, yes.
Exactly what I'm saying. Tell us. Because
Yeah.
for
So
us, the English language, we see there's a Y there. So we're like Yemen, the country Yemen. So it's Yemen. Y is
yes,
silent.
it's Iman, the Y is silent, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's the first time hearing that. But,
Yeah, so it's the full name is Iman Sanders Juma.
hmm
Yeah, but what is inside me is something that I call Loman Wali, and that is a musical beast. That comes out every time, every morning, every minute, every second out there. It's all about Loman Wali making music.
hmm
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Now, please do pardon us. We're very curious, and although we do know that curiosity killed the cat, we're still very curious and we love to be in the know. So please do tell us, when did you start your musical journey?
Yo, I could say that I remember when I was like 3 or 4,
hmm
I was just drawn to music because you find me making noise in my mother's house, beating pots. If I'm given food, I'll take one spoon and one fork and I'll start beating. I'll be even maybe just freestyling one of those greatest artists back those days. Then outside, when I go outside, I would find old pots and make a set of drums.
hmm
Then I'll be singing. I remember my number one fan was my sister, and she could be dancing when I'm doing all these things. At some point, nobody had a problem apart from my elder sister that could say, or that was saying I was making noise. But my mother bought me an instrument. It's like a flute. It's a flute. It makes noise if you do it like this here. I just don't know what name it is, but I think it's called a flute or something like that. My mother bought that to me as well. It's actually a few months ago when I realized that, oh, my mother saw that I was a musical person.
hmm
Because why would you buy somebody something like that? It's like your mother buying you a keyboard,
hmm
right? Maybe for her it was just maybe a toy for me to use, to play around.
hmm
But then it became now to a point whereby I started making codes myself. You know, I
hmm
started making musical codes that I could hear that this is a code. Make
hmm
a sound that people could listen to. So
hmm
then it's been a journey whereby I was very inspired when I see other artists. I was always focused on watching what's happening around the world, listening to music.
hmm
So when I'm at church, I will go to the choir section,
hmm
of which one time I remember I was like, yo, we always do every time, we always do vocals and all that. Why can't we try something new? And I saw there was a drum somewhere. And I went and I said, we can create something. And we did. It was a beautiful remix. I think I'll do it for the sake of my fans and also my friends that I grew up with. They'll remember this moment because it was a special moment. Our teacher was like, you think it can work? I was like, yeah. I was 9 by that time. And after that, it has always been me finding myself in choirs. I shared the stage with Rebecca Malope from South Africa, and I was playing bongos. That day was special to me and a music journey, So yeah, it's been really a great journey. I've always been drawn to music, and now I've awakened the genius in me that is creating beautiful music and spiritual music that inspires
Amazing.
people.
Now,
Yeah.
how is it since hence you've been in the musical world since, as you mentioned, the age of 9? How is it that you overcame the challenges with being a musician?
Well, I met a friend.
Hmm.
I'll mention his name. He is not known in Namibia, but he's known in Malawi
Hmm.
and parts of Zambia. His name
Hmm.
is Simon.
Hmm.
Simon listened to my first. These people had a duo. It's called Simon and Kendo.
Hmm.
These guys are a duo. There's Simon and this Kendo. So I met Simon through a friend, Evans, who we met at the studio when I recorded my first 2 singles. So he was like, "You should meet this guy because these guys this time they were talk of the town."
Hmm.
So I met him at a certain place, and then this guy was dancing to my music. It was unbelievable. Looking at a very big artist dancing to your music, that's when I knew, oh, I got this, and I gotta keep going. But he gave me an advice. He said, my brother, let me give you a good advice. Music is a long term investment, but there must be something moving in your life. So
Very
focus
true.
on school first. Very important thing. Focus on school, develop yourself, educate yourself so that you can be able to pay bills at least.
Hmm.
So then once you discover the art of doing that, then you can support your music. So I first said, okay, let me work on myself as a man, as a
Hmm.
person. Then after that, when time is right, I can now start investing in my music. So for people who just know me now, they would think maybe I've, I've so much money out there supporting my career, but it has been a game plan for a very long time. It has been a journey. So at this point, I'm just focusing much on my music, being optimistic as I can be every day.
Amazing. I'm glad that you mentioned that you derive or you get your inspiration from legendary musicians who have been in the game
Yeah,
long before, and also the fact that you took the advice to mind, which where you were told that you can't rely on music alone. You need to take your academics seriously
yeah.
so you have a safety net. Now, of course, Mr. Longman, you mentioned, you said Eamon, right?
Yes, Iman.
It's a beautiful name. Eamon, you mentioned that you have a project upcoming. Do you mind shedding some light on that for us?
Okay, so I've got a project, a very huge project. It's called Black is Power Volume 1, BIP Volume 1.
Mm-hmm.
So the plan is to dish out music that is in that album. This is why you see I dropped a music video, Zachilendo, and
Mm-hmm.
I dropped a music video again earlier this year, You, and I just recently dropped Dolo.
Mm-hmm.
This is all a journey. This is all included in the journey, the direction of releasing my album. Yeah, but at the moment we're going to drop an EP before I drop my album.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've been working on now, I've been working on a song. We are calling it "Make a Seko Bigger." In my
Mm-hmm.
language, we say "Bwaloli Kule." Text me
Bwalolikule.
"Bwaloli Kule."
That sounds like my language, Sylvia.
Yeah, yeah.
Bwalolikule.
You
But
understand?
likule means bigger.
Yes, yes. So what I'm saying,
Bantu language.
Bantu language. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just love the way you understand things, Lidisha. You're a very extraordinary person. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
So you were telling us about the project called BIP.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yes. So BIP is it's a very authentic thing for me. That's why I'm calling it Black is Power. Simply because I want to tell a black child out there that, hey, my brother, my sister, you are powerful. You just need to awaken the sleeping genes. And no one can find the genius in you, only yourself can. And this is where BIP is coming, because it's going to be one of those projects that we're going to do a lot of music videos that inspires many people, talk about our lifestyle, talk about what goes in the community, talk about what goes inside the soul, things that people don't want to talk about. It's
Mm-hmm.
what you find in this BIP Volume 1.
Amazing, amazing. I love how you said that we're gonna talk about things that people don't want to talk about. We're gonna talk about things that's inside the soul, things that make us human. I love that.
Yeah,
I love black is most certainly
yeah,
powerful.
yeah.
Now, when can we expect this campaign to kick off
Well, we're going to start
for
a
the
campaign.
public at large?
Yeah, 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 yeah. We're going to kick off probably, I should say, by December. BIP is going to be available in all digital stores and also in all shops where you can buy music. But before December, we are going to give you my EP that I call The Best of Me.
Mm-hmm.
Because why The Best of Me? I'm at a peak where I've discovered the power I have. And the universe is just aligning me to the right people. They create awesome music that is going to live forever. So this is the best of me. I've really given all of me. I've expanded my brain at least to 70% over this EP. The point is for you to see that who is Mr. Longman really? Can he really entertain me? Can
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Longman be an artist I can listen to his music when I'm sad, when
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy, when I want to make laugh, when I want to hack, when I want to survive in this life.
You know, one of the many reasons I love having you in studio is that you just the best, man. You're very, very optimistic. You are oozing with positivity.
Thank you so much.
Like the fact that you just mentioned that you have finally gotten to a point of unlocking 70% of your mindset, and that you have dug deep within yourself to find your purpose. Not everybody understands that. Not everybody um, knows how to find themselves or can stand in front of the mirror and know who they are.
Mhm.
It's very difficult to get to that point. And I love that you always touch every time we have you in studio. You touch on it. You touch on finding your purpose and doing big things with yourself. It's
Yeah,
amazing
yeah. Thank you so
knowing
much.
your potential.
Thank you so much.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Longman,
Yeah, sure.
anything else that we can expect? Anybody that is working with you on the Black is Powerful campaign? Anybody we need to keep an eye out or keep our ears peeled for?
Yeah, apart from people that we can see in fresh,
Mm-hmm.
I want also you to see somebody inside you, a
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
legendary Arafat. He produced one of a very great song. I remember we recorded this song
May he
around
continue
three.
to rest in
You know,
peace,
yes,
though.
may his
Mm-hmm.
soul continue resting in peace. So apart from people you see in fresh, you should expect to see Arafat's mind in my album as well. So you've got Chris Wayne, you've got Don Kamati, you've got Sam, you've got um, Sejo from 4x4,
Mm-hmm.
you've got Dalok, you've got DJ Doza,
Mm-hmm.
you've got DJ Clonic,
Mm-hmm.
all right? You've got people that you haven't heard. Yeah, Ray Monet, one of the greatest female Namibian MC. Watch out for that lady. She's very special. You've got people like Rocky V,
Mm-hmm.
Waka Bose. You see, this is a project that people have really helped me as well, and I'm grateful. And I need you to know, guys, ladies and gentlemen, that I highly appreciate your work you've put in my album and my EP. Thank you so
Amazing,
much.
amazing. If I recall correctly, you mentioned that you got Chris Wayne.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shout out to my man Chris Wayne. It's been a
Yeah,
minute,
you know
and
what
of
it
course
is.
DK Don Kamati. How did you? I'm curious about this one. Tell us. How did you get to bring Don down here? Because we all know Don loves to be in the north. He loves his
Yeah,
Oshana so much.
yeah.
How did you
Yo,
convince him that Don, this is what we gotta do and it's gonna have to happen now? Like
so
bring yourself.
yeah. So with Don Kamati is a brother of mine, man. So every time he's in town, he always gives me a call. Where are you at? I'm about to do this. Join me. I'm about to do that. Join me. So within that time, as musicians, we cannot just be talking about unnecessary things. We had to talk about music. So I was like, yo, you know what? Let's go to the studio. It has always been like that. It's all about music when you're with us. So we went to a studio and we found Chris One working with the Boy J somewhere in Olympia. And we stepped in and Chris One listened to our idea and we did it immediately quick. So it was just more spiritual because it was the same, like a positive vibe I give in and I also get the same positive vibe. You get it? So Don Kamati was just like, yo, let's do this. It's one of the great songs. Sam played a guitar on it. Arfat also touched more about, but Chris Wayne is the one who masterminded everything.
Of course,
Yeah,
amazingly
yeah.
said. Now, before we do, of course, close off our conversation, any words of encouragement that you'd like to share with the youth out there? Anyone who might want to follow into Emin Longman's footsteps.
Rule number one as a man, never give up. Rule number two as a man, believe in yourself. Rule number three as a man, understand the power you hold as a man. A man is a king. No matter how hard life is, you need to understand that things will be okay. Imagine this world was not how it is now. We had people that were living, there was no cell phones, but they were communicating. There was no machines to make food, but people were eating. So if the Sani people, if the Bushmen survived and are still surviving now, what about you? You're in the city. Can't you do something with yourself? Get up and stand up and do something with yourself. Even if you have to stand in the middle of the road. Yesterday I was in Chinatown and I met this guy when I bought Coke. I gave him a high five and this man could see how firm my high five was. I admired him. He stand in the middle of the sun every day selling Coke. But at the end of 5 years, this man is not going to be the same. So you, wherever you are, my words to you is stand up and do something for yourself. You need to find it. Anything, if you have to sell fudge, something you can make for yourself. If you can make fat cakes, if you can make samosas and or hot dogs and stand on the sand, you gotta do it. Because every step you make, every step you take, every move you make, the universe is rewarding you. With time, you will see results.
And just to add on to that, usually on as frequently as I possibly can, I would come in studio and I would ask, I would ask like, are you? Where do you fall? Where do you find yourself? Are you a part of that human being who wakes up just to go back to sleep again,
Yeah.
or are you a part of the masses who wakes up to go out there and try to make the best of themselves? So the words that you shared with us today, wow, like they're priceless, man. We're grateful. We're
Thank you.
grateful that you are willing to share the positivity that you have.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I would like to thank all of you at Focus FM Management, the whole team, for always having Mr. Longman with you. You must know Mr. Longman is grateful. I am nothing without you. And I appreciate you so much. Anytime you need me, I'm available for you to share great wisdom. Before I go, I must put out what I have in mind so that we create a new generation.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. Very, very humbly said. Powerful words from the man himself, Eamon Longman. If you know what's best for you, I hope that you've been taking notes. But in the meantime, between that time, after a quick break, we'll be back with your public service announcement, followed by job shop. So stay put, and whatever you do, do not touch that dial.